everybody, so I've got a really large Dollar Tree haul. I've tried filming this already. I had problems with brother kitties creating distractions, so this is, I don't know what number this is, but anyway, this is really two hauls, or over the course of 2 trips to Dollar Tree. One was from like 2 days ago, and then the other was from today. So I hear them out there fighting in the hallway. I'm so tired of starting this over, so we're just gonna let it be. Hopefully they won't be too brutal with one another. But anyway, let's jump in. So first off, I got a box of tissues, just standard tissues. I think I always get these from Dollar Tree, in general. And then this is something I've mentioned several times on here. It's the jasmine rice. I just got 1 bag of this. This is the microwave rice, easy peasy, really good. And then I got a bunch of stuff for my dollhouse, so just be forewarned. I got these little 4 of these skeletons, and they're about 6 inches each, so they're the perfect dollhouse, you know, for like the 12th scale. But I'm thinking about using these mainly for, like, of course, the vampire dollhouse. I don't know. But the problem is, like, these have a lot of flaws to them, like, you know, since they're really cheaply manufactured. So they've got a lot of rough plastic edges, so I'm just going to have to take some sandpaper or a nail file and just kind of sand them down. I'm thinking about doing like maybe some jewels in their eyes, or little beads or something to their eyes, and maybe painting some glow-in-the-dark paint over them. But the funny thing is, back from Michael's like last month, I almost bought pretty much the same thing. Like, I think it was a 4-pack, it might have been a 6-pack of the skeletons that were just like this. But they were, well, they were definitely more than $1.25, and I think they were like 30% off or 40% off at the time, but still, they would have been way more. I think they were like $5.99 or something, so still, these were way cheaper. And I wasn't even sure if I really wanted them, but after thinking about it, I was like, I wish I'd gotten them from Michael's and then from that Dollar Tree, so score. And then, this seems silly, I got these little puppy piddle pads, or training pee pads. There's 5 of them. These I want to use for castor oil packs. I'm pretty sure that you can use these and just put castor oil on it, and then, you know, use it for a pack since it has the plastic backing to it. And these are 22 by 22 inches. They had some like way bigger. I think you could get like a 3-pack of like the biggest size, and then 4-pack of the neck, like the medium size, and then this is like the small size. So, but I figure 22 by 22 should be plenty, like especially for like the back area, or like the stomach area. So basically I'm going to use these for castor oil packs. And I was looking for some more of those stickers that I was going to use for the interior of my dollhouse, that were like, would have made good like medallion or like wall pieces, but they didn't have them at that location. But they did have these just silver rhinestone ones, and like I mentioned in, I think, my last Dollar Tree haul video, where I got some little rhinestone detailing to put around like the upper room trim in one of the dollhouses. I really like this. So this is way more ornate, and this, I will probably again use this in the vampire dollhouse. And then I found 1 pack of the black. So this definitely, like, I'm thinking like on like either a maroon or burgundy type of wall, and put this at the top. And they all say 1 piece each, but it looks like, I mean, it looks like 2 strips, but I think it's all connected to just like 1 clear sticker. So I'm just going to try to like cut in between and make it 2 separate pieces. At least I'm assuming it's on like a clear sticker base, because that's what it looks like. So, and I doubt that these little rhinestones are individually like you can remove them individually. I think it's just all like melded onto that clear piece. So now I'm pretty sure the rest of this is also Dollhouse stuff from what my memory serves. So Tuki is scratching back here and shaking the whole bed. I found these little bottle brush trees, and there's 2 different sizes. There's 3 of like this large size and 3 of these little tiny size. So I'm thinking these little tiny size ones would be great for little tabletop trees in some of my dollhouses, and then these larger size are still too small to be like the full like room tree, but maybe like little, you know, like how some people put Christmas trees in most rooms of their house during the holiday. Like maybe I can have one of my dollhouses like that. But another thing I got, and I kind of regret getting these, I got them with silver, like, and I wasn't paying too much attention at the time. I thought they were more like those silver pipe cleaners where, like, you know, it has this silver tinsel type material like built onto the wire, like, you know, attached to the wire. But then I realized after I bought them and got home and looked on that it's just silver glitter glued onto the little trees. So that's going to be fun. Again, same concept, same idea with decorating the little dollhouses with the little tabletop trees and then the little medium-sized room trees. I finally found this. Now, this is a little plastic vanity. It was from like the toy section. People were talking about getting these and repainting them, decorating them. Like, I wanted to do it like all white with like the gold accents to it and put like a little mirror, like actually fill in the mirror piece here. But when I saw it at the store, I was really disappointed because I was like, this is smaller than 12th scale. I think it's close to it. I think it's more like 18th scale. So it'd be good for those calico critters, which I have a plan for those in the future. And I can't remember if I've already stated it here or not. So, but anyway, I've got a plan. So I'm going to see how this works out, like with the rest of the dollhouse furniture, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be too small. It would probably be a really good, like if I had like, if I was going to specifically use little children dolls in my dollhouses, it'd probably be good for that. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to have like any children's stuff in my dollhouse, because there are things that I do have that are going to be incorporated into the dollhouse that are toys, like miniature toys, but I don't know. And I was so tempted to get, like, I originally grabbed 2 of these because I was like, I had such a hard time. Like, I figured I wasn't ever going to find these because it seems like they've done come and gone. But the one, I went to a different Dollar Tree than I normally go to. It's still in my neighborhood, but it's just, I don't ever go there because I hate the parking lot situation. But I was over in that area the other day, and then today I had to go to the shopping center, so I was like, might as well stop in there again. But yeah, so we're gonna play around with this. This would, I kind of wonder if it would work for like 24th scale too. It may be too big for that, but I think when I measured it, it was about 4 inches from top to bottom. So again, it probably could work for like on a child's size, like for a child's bedroom in a dollhouse, but I don't know, we'll see. And I'm like having a really hard time talking because I've got this sore on my tongue, and it's just, it's like every time I talk, I like hit it on my teeth and it hurts so bad. I'm like cringing. It just, oh, it's so painful. I got 2 packs of these. They're these little clear lights. They're like a strand of clear lights with the battery pack, and there's 10 bulbs, and they're the, as far as I know, they're the bright white, kind of blue tone white lights. But I was thinking about using these in my dollhouse, and I originally had more. I know I had more like in my little shopping cart, and I put them back because I found something else. But we're got ideas. I'm going to talk about that more when I get to the second Dollar Tree haul, I'm sure. And then, so I put some of those back because I came across these, and these are pretty much the same thing, but they're the warm lights, and they have the clear strands to them. So, and I think they're more like fairy lights, more so. Like these had like a, you know, like a noticeable bulb, if you can see that in there. I don't know. I'm thinking I don't know for sure, but at the end of this video I may have a video of me testing the different lights, because you'll see. But I'm really curious myself. But that also, I'll talk more about that in a moment. And then they had one of those little light up display things where it's like push here to try it out. I think in my previous, it was within the last 2 Dollar Tree haul videos I did, where I had the little Halloween lights. I think they were bats. Is that what I ultimately said? I think bats are what I got, because I'm thinking vampire. Anyway, they had the Christmas ones today, like at the location I went to. Well, they have them today, and they have them the other day. So they had the little colored bulbs, and again, it's like 10 pieces. And these are all like, all these battery packs take AAA batteries, I think. No, these, okay, these all take AA. These take AA. We'll get to the other ones. And so they also had these clear starlight ones. So that was fun. Okay, so I'll talk a little more about that now, since that was like pretty much all I got. And then I got like 3 frozen hamburgers from there, but they're in the freezer and whatnot. So after buying these little lights, which I got, so let me just touch on the 3 warm lights that I got. I got 3 of them because I decided like I want to use them, or try using them in at least one of my dollhouses, because I believe every dollhouse I have has 3 floors to it. So I was thinking the lights, I could like finagle them in each way, like on each floor, like kind of somehow weave them around so that each set will like cover a floor. And I mean, I can find a way to disguise the battery box and whatnot, but I got to thinking, I was like, wait, I have this van now. So, and like from when I was at Dollar Tree the other day, I was looking in the little, I guess you could say electronics section, gadget section, and they had all these little like battery lights over there. So I was like, I'm if I have to go back anytime soon, I'm stocking up on stuff. So, let's jump into this haul, and this is going to be really random. But we'll get to the lights and we'll talk more about that in a moment. So, here's something really random too. So, I was watching a video the other day. I've recently started watching these videos about, budget meals. I don't know why, because I'm not really big into cooking. I'm more of a microwave person. But I was watching these budget meals, and I think somehow I got onto this whole thing about like sourdough bread, and my dad had wanted, like, he was talking about making sourdough bread last year, and just never got around to it because work. And then I just kind of forgot about it. He always talk, well, not always, but every so often he'll talk about sourdough bread because he loves sourdough bread. So, last year when I did research, I didn't know much about it, but like everybody talked about the starter, and how with the starter you have to discard like pretty much half, like every day you have to take like half your starter out and feed it with more flour and water, and you just throw out the half you take out, which does not make a bit of sense to me, because you're getting rid of so much flour. Like, it's just wasteful. And then I eventually came across a video where somebody's talking about there's a no discard method, which I'm going to do that. which makes way more sense to me. So I'm gonna start within the next few days. I'm gonna start at my own starter, and it takes probably about a week really from starting your starter to like actually baking the bread. So somewhere in that mix, I've come across these budget meal videos, and one of the videos was talking about a Black Forest dump cake, and I wasn't even paying much attention until she like showed the ingredients. And so she had 2 cans of cherries, and she got it all from Dollar Tree. But she had 2 cans of cherries, chocolate cake mix, chocolate frosting, and a can of like knockoff Sprite soda. And I've heard of like using soda in cakes, but I hadn't really like looked into it. Like I never really understood, like I thought you were supposed to put soda in addition to like the eggs or the oil or milk or whatever. I know different cake mixes over the years have had different like simple ingredients you put into it. But with hers, when she did it, all she did was just mix the soda with the cake mix and then poured it over the cherry. Like she put some cherries into her pie or her cake pan, then mixed the cake mix with the soda and just dumped it in there and baked it. And I'm just really skeptical about how that's actually going to work or turn out, but I bought some ingredients today because I want to try it. So I got a can of the cherry filling, and did I say that she used 2 cans, but I'm only going to use 1. I have this weird thing about like I don't like fruit pastries or desserts or any kind of like cooked fruit stuff, except for just a handful of things like that I like. But in general I don't like any kind of like fruity desserts or pastries. But I'm going to try it with 1. I do like chocolate covered cherries though, except for the ones that have that creamy white stuff in them. Do not like that. But like the other ones, like the cordial cherries where it's like the clear syrup, that's fine. I love them. So I got a can. And then I got a box of the chocolate cake, the Pillsbury chocolate cake. I'm pretty sure that you can get this. Well, I'm sure you could have gotten it cheaper at the grocery, oh my gosh, getting tongue-tied here. Grocery store, when they do like, especially like Kroger, when they do like the 5 for $5 or 10 for $10 deals, I'm assuming they still do those where they're like $1. I could be wrong though. So, but anyway, here we are. And then a tiny thing of the chocolate frosting. And then people were talking about, in those Dollar Tree videos, they were also talking about the shelf-stable milk. And we're not milk people in this household. My mom used to get it just for the sole purpose of cooking. But every time we get milk, most of it goes to waste because we just don't use it. So I'm going to give this a go. I don't even know. How does shelf-stable milk... I assume once you open it, it has to be refrigerated, and then you have to use it within like a few days, I guess. Refrigerate after opening. Suggested usage within 14 days of opening. That's kind of... I don't know. Shelf-stable milk kind of freaks me out because it can... Why is it able to hold up so long? Like, that's... I'm kind of... like what's in it. But then again, these days everything we consume seems to be kind of sketchy, so why the heck not? At this point, why the heck not? And that goes into the sourdough bread thing. Like, I've noticed a lot of foods say that they're bioengineered, and I need to stop this. That 20 minutes went by so fast. But like I said, I've noticed a lot of foods lately say bioengineered, and everybody else is talking about it too. I've noticed, like, even my animal crackers I get from Kroger, these say bioengineered. But I saw that the ones I used to get at Dollar Tree, the Stouffer's ones, I was looking at the label the other day and I didn't see anything about bioengineered. So I think I'm going to go back to buying those and just refilling this plastic container thing that you get from Kroger. And I'm not, like, I'm sketchy about this whole bioengineered food thing, but at the same time, I'm not, like, realistically, it's going to be hard to avoid most of it. But if I can cut a lot of that out and go, you know, try to find something decent to substitute for it, I'm going to try to. But yeah, so I don't know where I'm going with this. I guess, I don't know. Anywho, moving on. I know I got something else food related. Oh, anyway, some styrofoam plates. Oh, that's something else I got from Dollar Tree the other day. One of the big reasons why I like really wanted to go to Dollar Tree the other day was that I needed paper plates for the cat's food, because it's just easier to feed them on like a paper plate and throw it away, because they don't, the boys especially, don't eat all of their canned food. But styrofoam, I know it's bad, but it's so much easier to deal with because their food, like the gravy type substance in their food, the broth pretty much absorbs through the paper, and it's just ugh. So got these, and they haven't had the styrofoam ones in a long time, and most of them, like every time they do have styrofoam, usually it's only like 10 or 15 in a pack, but today they had 30, and like just the other day they were out of the paper plates. They sold a lot of those within the past couple of days, but like the paper plates come in a pack of 40, and then finding these in a 30 pack, I was like, shoot, I probably should have got a couple more packs, because these are hard to come by. And now my battery is saying that it's almost down. It was full when I started a while ago, like 25 minutes ago. I know every time I make a video, I always have to stop and change the battery, because it's like the battery does last for a good amount of time, but it's just because I've gotten to, like, I always have that issue where, like, the previous video I did, I've used like half the battery, apparently. Even though it showed a full battery when I started, but realistically I probably used about half the battery, and then the camera sits for, sometimes the camera will sit a month without me really playing with it or using it or messing with it. So of course the battery drains during that time. So I've got 2 batteries, and so as soon as one like flashes at me that's dying, I'll charge it up and then leave the next battery in my camera. So they do really last a couple of videos. It's just my videos are so stupidly long. I don't know how to make a fast video. So there's that. I got 3 of these. I've bought some vinyl from Dollar Tree before, and I've only really used 1 pack of it just for repairs in the bathroom. To fix the shower wall, or to cover up some spots on the shower wall that were exposed, because it's that really cheap plastic material. It's just, I've talked about that in the past before, but today I saw that they had the iron-on ones, and for the iron-on, you really just get a 12 by 12 piece. Cool. It almost sounded like something crashed outside. So, for the price, $1.25 for a 12 by 12, that's not bad. I've paid way more for the same amount of material on sale from the craft store and from different vinyl heat press websites. So, anyway, I got the silver glitter. I feel like I bought this before, but I can't remember. It might have been for the permanent. Or maybe I bought iron-on. I just haven't used any, I haven't used my Cricut or my heat press in so long. I need to pull it out. It's just I don't have, my heat press is in an area right now where I can't get to. I don't have the space to pull it out and set it up. So, but I want to try these on. I want to try these out. See how they work. But anyway, I got the rainbow holographic glitter. And then I got some pink full. I don't think I've had any of the full. Like, I might have some in my collection, but I've never used the full on any t-shirts. So I'm really curious how they work. My biggest problem, like, I made all these t-shirts where, you know, you see them all the time where I wear them with the unicorn. I designed that unicorn. I made a bunch of them to sell, but after like wearing them a bunch, the first off, the vinyl crinkles up. I hate that. I hate that. Like, sometimes it looks cool, like when it's all crinkled up after a bunch of washes, it looks cool. But then the next thing is that they start to peel. And that may be because, like, I did 20 plus shirts with just a hand, like a basic hand iron, and that was a mess. And then I found out later that sometimes if you overheat the vinyl, it'll cause it to, like, the adhesive to like lose its adhesiveness much quicker, and that they'll peel like really bad early on. And that's why I invested in the heat press. But things got crazy after I bought the heat press, and I just never really, I've done a few pressings with the heat press, but not to the extent that I had intended to. So I need to get back into that, and I need to try this out. But I just held off. Like, I never wanted to sell low quality items, and I feel like those are low quality items. Like, a lot of people are saying, oh, it's not a big deal if you sell it, but like, I don't want something like that after people washed it like 5 or 6 times, they're not going to be happy with the quality of it. I don't want to be that person. So anyway, I want to try these out and see if we'll just, and most of the brand that I've been using was the Scissor brand, so I don't know. I'm just kind of wondering if these will match up to Scissor or be worse than Scissor. I don't know. I'm just curious. That was a really long explanation. Oh, okay. So, this was one of the other food items I was thinking of. I knew I got some other food type items. It's the Pillsbury Cheddar Garlic Biscuit Mix. And I think all this needs, yeah, just milk. I think, and then you can add, oh. I guess that's it. Well, on the back it says drop biscuits. And so it says to add half a cup, or no, a third a cup of cheddar cheese. But I guess that's just a bonus thing. Yeah, it just says just add milk. So, for biscuits. I'm not really a big biscuit person, but I always like, the most exciting and biggest incentive for me to ever go to Red Lobster, which I've only been a handful of times in my life to Red Lobster, were the cheddar biscuits or Cheddar Bay biscuits or whatever. So, and going back to the bread thing, we have a few bread tins around the house, but I don't want to, one, hunt them down, and two, the ones that I know of, like where they're at, they're icky. Like, they have the dark stains on them, and like I've used one for makeshift, like when the electricity goes out. I have one set aside that I put like little tea light candles in, and then I have a little tray that I set over so that I can heat up my pre-cooked frozen food in a pinch. So anyway, I have that one designated for that because it's got the little candle soot in it, like from the wick and everything, and it's easier just to buy two. So I bought two new little bread pans. Of course, they're just a little mini size, but sourdough bread or any kind of little bread loaf. Here we go. I desperately needed bread. I have this thing where I have to, like, for lunch, I like to have my little sandwich, and so I was out of bread today, and I really didn't want to have to go to another store, and I was like, please let them have some kind of bread. And today they had the Arnold sourdough loaf, and its sell-by date was today. So, but usually in my experience, and I think a lot of people have been talking about this, that bread now holds up for way longer than it used to. And I've always, like, in the past few years, I've just been putting my bread in the refrigerator because I've noticed that even back before the pandemic, like even back in like 2017, I noticed if I put my bread in the refrigerator, which we used to, my family never did that in the past. My family never liked refrigerated bread, and my dad still doesn't. But by putting it in the refrigerator, like, if I'd leave it out, within a week it would start to mold. But by putting it in the refrigerator, I could finish a whole loaf before it would mold. So, yeah. This says free from artificial preservatives. I know that this is a more expensive bread. I don't see anything about bioengineered in this, which I would not think, but anyway. So, it's a sign about making sourdough, like I need to make sourdough, but here's my, you know, a good way to segue into it, I guess. Oh my gosh, I got a huge mess going on around me, as usual. I bought this pack of Barbie shoes because I was thinking that these would make great earrings. I've been thinking about doing that for so long, and I see them all the time. Well, I haven't seen them, now that I've been wanting to, like, actually do it, I haven't really seen them at the Dollar Tree I usually go to. At least not, like, in a big variety. Just not a big variety. But anyway, so I got them. That's all it boils down to. And then also, while I'm thinking about that, okay, well, I'm just gonna have to come back to that thought. I got a sanding block because Dollhouse, and I think it comes with several pieces of sandpaper, 10 sheets of sandpaper. So this is gonna come in handy when I start to use my wood filler, and also with the priming and painting the Dollhouse. I know that this is gonna be handy because, you know, good grip. And I bought these sheets of, I got 36 piece pack of sandpaper. How many different, I'm like, I think it has at least 6 different sizes of paper, 6 different grits of paper. I was thinking, like, they may even be able to, like, maybe cut them in half to fit onto the block if I need to. But yeah, so I got them. And I got a bunch of these. So going back to the whole light business. Oh, this is what I was going to talk about with the Barbie shoes. So I actually found, after finding that big pack of shoes, I also found this pack, which it has the same amount of shoes, but these are like the legitimate Barbie shoes. And I was thinking about making these into earrings, but then I got to thinking, like, it comes with such a nice little plastic shelf. And since I'm going through my Barbie dolls now, and a lot of them have missing shoes, why not just use these for their actual intended purpose and save these for my actual Barbie dolls? And if I've had this vision, like, even years ago, of, like, getting my old Barbie dream house set back up and, like, redecorating the inside of it, cleaning it up, getting it fixed up, redecorating it, and, you know, use this in the Barbie dream house. Why not? So, thinking about those little Christmas lights, like I mentioned before, with the whole van thing, and I've watched these van life videos and these van conversion videos, and I think I've decided that I'm probably not going, at this moment in time, I'm probably not going to convert the van. I'm probably going to leave it as a passenger van as is, but just use it like an RV whenever situations arise. But, and like, make like the little blackout one. It's a blackout panels or whatever to fill into the windows, like where, when I find a place to park. Get that, like, those big reflector things and fit them to fit into the windows, so that way, you know, I've got the privacy, and then put out like a blackout curtain that I can put up between the front seats and the rest of the van. But I was thinking about the lights, and you know, a lot of people who, like, actually live out of their vans, like, that's their intended purpose, is to convert it into their home, like their actual home. You know, they'll have the lights like built in or rigged up so that, you know, they run off of like a battery pack or like a Jackery or some kind of like another big voltage battery. I don't know, like another like car battery that's installed into the van. Anyway, it's too much for me. Too much for me. So I got to thinking, like, wouldn't it be nice, like I was looking at these the other day, and I was kind of thinking about it then, but then it dawned on me, I was like, hey, why not get stuff like these? So these are just little, I think these take like AAA batteries, but they're, you know, you can stick these pretty much anywhere. These say that they're magnetic, and they also have this little metal hanger down at the bottom. If they're magnetic, I tried, I don't know if this is a good way to test them, but tried sticking them together, and they don't really, they kind of stick together, but it's not very strong, so I don't know how they would hold up like on the metal of the van. But it said something about like hook and eye fasten, adheres to most surfaces, magnet and hook and eye fasteners, so Velcro. I don't know, I can find ways to hang these up. And so I got 2 of these just because there weren't as many of these there. And I got 1 of each of these, just a round one. I think this is just like a classic puck light where you press the whole thing in and out. And then this one that's like a square one. And I think it kind of like more like a light switch, like it, I don't know. But anyway, figured that those would be nice. So that'll give me a little extra light in the van without having to use like actual van battery power source and whatnot. And then I got to thinking about those little Christmas lights I got. So I found 2 more. Like, I would have bought more of these stars the other day, and they had a pack that looked like it had been tampered with, but today I found 2 packs. This one's a little messed up. I found the last 2 packs, which this one was not there the other day. This one's fine and dandy. But anyway, these would be fun to hang up in the van, I think. And then, oh, I got these for the Dollhouse. So, there's something else that I bought from the Dollhouse, and it requires being plugged into like these traditional type of Christmas lights. So I wanted to, like, whatever Dollhouse I put that item in, I wanted to have these incorporated into that Dollhouse so that I could plug it in and actually use it, because it's really cool. So I was happy to find just the basic clear Christmas lights. This is what I was really hoping to find originally, like like when I got the item for the Dollhouse, I was like, I can't wait till Christmas time because I need to get me a box of these. And so this was a big priority for me for the season to find these. So yay. And I didn't see these the other day, or 2 days ago when I was there, so whew, thank goodness they had them today. And then I got another pack of these clear lights. Again, probably for the van. Oh, and then finally, I got 2 more items. So I got these little plastic or acrylic AB type of beads. Like, you got the clear, you got the light pink, and you got the black. Didn't really have a specific purpose for these. I'm really not a big fan of plastic or acrylic beads, but we'll see. They're pretty. I love Aurora Borealis type stuff, so I just had to get these. Like, I kind of was gonna get them the other day, and I was like, nah. But then, cause like I like glass beads, but then I saw them today, and it's like, I need to just get them. Just go ahead and get them, because otherwise I'm gonna be thinking about them if I don't. And finally, I got the spatula. We have so many kitchen things in this house, but we do not really have a good spatula because my mom never used spatulas. So it was time to get a good spatula. The only thing I don't like is that it has this printed on there, which it's not so much what it is. It says Gnome Sweet Gnome. But what I'm scared of is, like, will it come off on the food? Like, if I like doing the bread dough to get it started, is this gonna like rub off and get into the dough over time? Because I know like when you wash stuff like this kind of stuff fades over time. I just don't want it getting into the food. That was my biggest thing. But they had another little spatula that was shorter, but it was way more flimsy. Like, this is sturdy. I like that. But the other one was just like so flimsy that I was like, no, that's not gonna cut it. But we'll see. So anyway, whew, that concludes this large Dollar Tree haul. I'll probably do the lights in a different video just because this is so long. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope everybody's doing well.